Hi there, it's Mary Schiller, author and coach of MarySchiller.com and the fearless leader of the free Facebook group, The Healthy Wealthy Coach. I wanted to put together this short training. It's just going to be me talking to you on camera, addressing something that I hear all the time from people. I mean, it is the most common thing that I hear when people are trying to build a coaching business. And that is some variation of, I don't know how to get clients. Where do I find my clients? Where do I find my ideal clients? How do I attract people to me? And those are such fascinating questions to me because they seem really bass-awkward, as we say. They seem like they're looking completely the wrong way around. What's so fascinating for me personally in this regard is that is not a question that I ever asked myself. I started as a life coach in early 2016, and I never had any trouble signing people up to my coaching. And it's one of the reasons why I decided to turn my focus towards helping other coaches create their own businesses, because I realized that there were some things that I did that don't seem to be common knowledge. And that's really what I'm pointing towards today, is that the question of where do I get clients or where do I find clients? On the surface, it might sound like it makes sense, but I'm about to explain why it doesn't. So let's take an example of any successful business. A successful business has a lot of characteristics. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I think you will agree that a successful business is very clear about a few things. One, it's very clear about what it is offering, right? If you go by a retail store and it says shoes, you know you're going to find shoes inside. There's no question in your mind. A store that is selling shoes is not going to say it's a coffee shop. So when you are walking down your local streets and you see the signage, you know exactly what's going on in those stores, right? Well, I want to ask you this question. Have you ever seen signage outside of a shop and asked yourself, what is that? I don't really understand what that is. And either the name might be intriguing, so you're willing to find out, or you're just like, I don't have time. I've gone by stores sometimes where I've even looked at the window display and not understood what was going on there. And I've just said, I don't have time for this. So that should be a clue to you right there about one of the major pieces that may be missing if you're developing your coaching business, is that you don't really know what it is that you're selling. You don't know what the result is that you are offering to people. It's not about, well, I'm selling, 6 sessions of my time. That is not it. That wouldn't fly on the outside of a retail store. People want to know what they are going to get, meaning what result are they going to walk away with after working with you? What kind of shoes are you selling them? And how comfortable are they going to be, and all of those kinds of things. Are they dress shoes or are they sneakers? So part of the issue, if you are asking yourself this question, how do I find people? How do I get clients? It has a lot to do with you not being clear about your offer and the result that you are providing people. It also has to do with how clearly you are stating that result in everything that you share. Because here's the other thing. When you have this vision of your business as, I've got to go out and get clients, it's kind of like this. It's like grabbing. And if you can kind of stop the grabbing motion and instead open your hands outward towards giving, you will see a massive shift. not only in how your business starts to earn money and how quickly, but in how you are experiencing your business, because it all comes from reaching out. Comes from reaching out. That's one of the major reasons why I was able to turn a profit super duper fast in my first month as a professional coach, even without having any coach training. Don't tell anyone. As a life coach, at least. I had virtually no following. I think I had about 100, 150 people on an email list. And most of them were from a previous business that had to do with websites and things. So they weren't even really part of my crowd. I had no reputation. I was literally starting from nothing, except that I understood the power of giving. And I understood the power of giving consistently. I understood the power of showing up and putting myself forward, hint, 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 as a leader, as someone whom people could place their trust in, as someone who was willing to look outward instead of being self-focused. Now, don't take that to mean that I think you're being self-centered. That's not what I mean. But when I do hear people asking, how do I get clients? It does sound very me, coach focused. Instead, I want you to think about who it is that you're serving. Who are they? And what can you start giving to them? And not only that, but you already know some of those people. They're already in your circle. When I first started coaching, like I said, as a life coach, before I switched to business, I started where I was. I started with the people who were immediately around me. I told everyone I knew what I was doing. I started a free group on Facebook, and I reached out to people on my list, even though they didn't really have anything to do with life coaching. And I had been giving away things for a while by that time. I was doing a daily audio blog. And so some people had found me through that. And really, if you're kind of trying to do this and bring people to you, it's not happening because your hands are facing the wrong way. They need to be doing this. They need to be giving and looking outward and saying, who do I already know who I can help? What can I give to someone today? How can I help someone today? I'm just looking at my notes. So to just kind of sum this up, I know this might seem really simplistic, but there is a lot in what I'm saying. It has to do with being clear about what it is you are offering people, number one, being consistent with that and being, obvious about it to the point of, repeating yourself, because not everybody's going to listen the first time through. If you walk by a shop, you don't go in immediately the first time you see it, generally speaking. You walk by it a few times, you see who else is in there, you look in the windows, think, oh, is that for me? It takes a while to get that going in your business. And also, people are always looking so far afield for clients when they're actually surrounded by them right now. There is somebody right now who can use your help. Reach out to them. Reach out to them. And if you say, oh, I've already exhausted my network. No, you haven't. Your network is vast. Facebook and other places like that prove just how far our reach actually is. So, it may just be, sorry, there's a vacuum cleaner going on. It may be that you aren't being as consistent as you need to be. That's another thing that I see people not doing, is they will reach out for a few days or maybe even a couple of weeks. And if nothing happens, they give up. Well, if what you're doing is meaningful to you, if you have something that can help other people, you're not going to give up. You're just not going to give up because it means too much. It's pulling you forward. So I hope that this short video training has been helpful to you. And I would love to hear what you think. So please feel free to post a comment wherever you happen to be watching. And I just thank you so much for all the wonderful work that you do in the world. As a final thought, one of the reasons that I feel so passionate about helping coaches is because I think this is the most incredible profession that has emerged, and it fills such a beautiful space in people's lives and can be so impactful and so wonderful for both the coach and client. And I really want to see you succeed. So I would love for you to reach out to me if you would like to have a conversation with me, if you would like to just engage in a quick email back and forth. Please don't hesitate to get in touch. Mary@maryschiller.com. I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.